Hello again, Daniel here from Trident, coming to you with another video regarding BlackLine's task management module. When we think about what accountants do, or finance processes as a whole, they're all largely underpinned by task lists or month-end checklists. So it's imperative that we get this right for our finance team as a whole. So let's take a further look how BlackLine can help you with that.
To start, what you're seeing on screen is a typical task list associated to a month-end in BlackLine, with all of the information that I need to understand the status of my tasks in a given month. In the status column to the far left, we can see that we have some tasks in which are prepared and some in which are not for this given month. In BlackLine, you have the ability to add all different types of checklists into the system, so it doesn't just have to be for your month-end related tasks, but can be associated to processes such as your budgeting and forecasting activities, year-end particular tasks, and so on. It could be for your consolidation tasks, or even be activities to prompt you to post journals into your ERP. It could be for any type of checklist that you're doing to keep track of activities that are time-bound and that you need to ensure that the team are working on. What this is then going to do is it's going to bring all of this information into the one place. In BlackLine, you can add up to 10 different fields to really enrich your task list. So what you're seeing on screen here is that we have our task list sliced by entity, category, department, task type, and task subtype. So no matter what the team is using the task list for, they can slice and dice by these dimensions to get a better understanding of their data. So for example, if I wanted to filter by a particular entity's worth of tasks, I can either choose the particular entity itself, or by enabling this tree view, I can filter by particular geographies based on my org structure configured in BlackLine. But beyond this entity column, any field here is filterable, and which really enables you efficiencies by way of different views and grouping of related tasks. Talking from experience, and for many accountants listening on, when we think about finance tasks relative to a particular month end, we all think of things in terms of due days and not just due dates. So if we wanted to add that into the view, we can easily do that by clicking on this button and adding in different dimensions to the mix. I'm going to add in preparer due days by clicking apply. So now we can see that we've got our due day that's sitting right next to our time due, as well as the due date for our particular tasks. So now we know exactly what workday things are due. Like I said, anybody could change the look and feel of their grid, and if you like that look and feel, you can actually save it and mark it as your default view, or create many iterations of different views based on different type or grouping of activities. In BlackLine, we also have what we call task dependencies. So by clicking on this dependency tree here, we have the ability to understand how different things happen in a certain order. So you can actually create a dependency to ensure that that happens. So in this example here, we see that we've got tasks that are color-coded. So how's this going to help you? Well, if you have a task that's associated with a reconciliation in BlackLine, you have the ability to toggle back and forth between the task and the rec itself. Similarly, if you have a journal that you're posting every month in BlackLine, you actually can toggle back and forth between the journal entry as well as the task. And any other tasks that are associated with the task that you have on screen will be highlighted in black. So with that said, let's drill into a task record to learn a little bit more. So when we look at what a task record actually looks like in BlackLine, it's probably far more in depth than that of what's in your Excel environment today, which is just the name of a particular task down a page. While that's great for the person who's actually doing the task, anyone else that's picking it up really doesn't know what that actually means or how to perform what's required. So again, using BlackLine, you're going to see the consistency in the solution where you have the ability to add purpose and instructions. So now you know exactly what you need to do and where to get the information. We could also add in comments, as you see on screen, as well as documentation. Again, keeping the consistency so everything's all within the one place. Essentially, you're not going out and looking for information pertaining to this task. We're going to be able to streamline this process and save you time. So if you're looking for where are my bottlenecks in the process, you can also add a completion time as seen on screen before clicking the certify button stipulating that you've finished this particular task. And then we can run a report on that. And just like everything in BlackLine, you have a certification status down the bottom, certifying that you have completed this particular task for the month. So if, for my example, you're doing a task and you're delayed because someone else didn't get you some information on time, that's important information, right? Because it's going to help your leaders and to figure out some of the bottlenecks within that process. So you can add certification reasons before clicking certify, and then you can run reports off these dimensions. You can then make business decisions on what we need to do about this and how we can fix these processes outside of the month. So once we sign off on things, it's actually going to get updated in real time in BlackLine. So you don't have to worry about constantly updating a checklist. We also have email alerts in BlackLine to notify you of when things are done, when they're past due, or when they're ready to go to the next person within the workflow. So in this example, I could have an email alert triggered after I certified the task, notifying my boss that I've completed it, and they can go off and approve it. So again, setting that information is going to really help streamline the process, because now my approver doesn't have to call me or take the time out of their busy day, or more importantly, post-COVID when working remotely is embedded in business more than ever. With BlackLine's task management module, you no longer need to have meetings and sit around the table at month end on a daily basis to understand and visit checklists to understand what's been done and what's not been done. You can now look at this information in real time. So thank you, and be sure to stay tuned for more information and videos on BlackLine and how it can be useful for your business. Thank you.